get a pass up.
It definitely makes it more of a challenge. Tyrod is a guy that him and his offensive line they can make themselves get a lot of time. I think our D-line is going to do a wonderful job as they always do, and we have to work hand in hand because we're going to have to cover a little longer, and they might have to put a little more pressure on. But we're going to be prepared for it.
Talking about Colin McCarthy a little bit, he had a pretty big game against Georgia Tech. He's had some big games this year in general. What's your assessment of what he does out there on a week-to-week basis?
I mean, Colin, he's just that guy. I think he's over the last couple games, he's really stepped it up a notch. He really showed this past week at Georgia Tech. The front seven, they had a really big test with the triple option with Georgia Tech, and those guys stepped up for the challenge. With Colin, carrying that over, I think he's finally in sync. And what more better time to be in sync with the last part of the season and a big game like this coming up.
These last 2 weeks, your whole team has looked 200% better. I don't know if it's change your quarterback, Randy, if it's guys playing better. Why do you think you guys are suddenly playing 60 minutes of football 2 straight weeks?
I mean, just put it honestly, man. We got a lot more to fight for. Everything's at stake. I hate to go back in the game at Virginia. We lost that one, and kind of, our hope of the ACC championship kind of diminished a little bit. But I mean, we still have faith, and we still have, a future. I mean, we can just play hard and do what we have to do. So we come out every day and practice, and we try to prepare for, just prepare for the best. I mean, we got a tough team and a tough challenge this weekend, but we're definitely ready for it. And I think the guys have really, came together, corral together to say, hey, we're going to make the best of each opportunity. And we fight for it. It's like the NFL playoffs. The more games you play, the better off you are. So I think that's what we really focus on.
Is it fair to call Stephen a co-leader now? I know that guys are still calling Jacory a leader of the offenses. Has Stephen earned the role of co-leader after what he's done the last couple weeks?
I mean, anytime you step in the quarterback position, especially as a true freshman, you respect him. Whether you guys want to call him co-leader or leader or not, he definitely gets my respect. And I think the respect factor is the biggest thing right now.
You've been here a while, and in your memory, is this maybe the best back-to-back games you guys have played in your career even? I mean, I can't remember really back-to-back games this dominant.
It's been a lot of games.
Yeah.
I think it's I would say this is probably more focused than in a while. I can't really call every game in my 5 years, but I think right now the team's focus is really on point. I really think the coaches and the players, all of us come together, and especially after a loss like Virginia, that could have been detrimental to anybody, a team like us. A lot of teams probably go in the tank, but I think we've done a great job of bouncing back and just kind of focusing on what we have at hand and focusing on the future.
Florida State, Georgia Tech last year was back, right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
1-2?
Yeah, it was, yeah, okay.
Then Oklahoma and Florida. I just remember, I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, they lost to Virginia Tech.
Yeah, right, okay.
Matt, what was it like seeing Jacory out there? I mean, last week we saw him throw some passes, but another sign that he's getting better, I guess.
I mean, what happened with him, man, that was tragic. I mean, it was just a freak accident, I guess. But, it's part of football, and it's no different. We've had a couple more players have concussions, and they're doing the same process. They're taking it slowly, and nobody's treating him any different because he's a quarterback. A concussion is a concussion, man. It's a certain protocol that you have to follow, and I think everybody's going to raise up and follow it, just making sure that he's in order and he's healthy when he comes back.
Do you feel encouraged, though, when you see, that's another step along the way of steps?
Anytime we have a guy who can do what he does back on the playing field, that's just more for our arsenal. So of course I feel better. I'm sure the coaches do too.
I want to ask you about special teams. Virginia Tech always seems to make a play in special teams, and you guys probably put a little more emphasis on it. Talk about the importance of special teams when you're playing Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, I think they're in the top 3 in every category in the ACC in special teams. They got great returners. They got a great punter. And so do we. It's always tough when you're playing Frank Gruden because he gets that team, those special teams so together, and he brings everything that you're gonna expect. But we just have to go out there and focus, man. And we have a great special teams unit here too. So it's gonna definitely be a battle, but you have to be sound in all 3 phases: special teams, offense, and defense.
Right. Does it help? I mean, in the past you guys haven't used the noise system for home games.
Right.
Does it help in some respect, even though you have a home game, to do that in practices?
Well, I think it's definitely more for the offense. I played offense for 2 years, and noise, can definitely be a problem if you don't handle it in the right way. I think what the coaches are doing, Coach Shannon obviously has it out here for a reason, and it's focused more on the offensive field. The defense, I don't think we really have that problem. It's our job to stop people, whether we have noise or not. We just have to see the play, see the ball, and react to it. But with offense, I think it does help them, and obviously, over the last couple of games, it's maybe done a little good.
when they're done, I want